Hello, everybody. How are you doing? It's a little early tonight. We're doing this a little early. Hopefully, a lot of you guys got the message that we're doing this a little bit earlier tonight. But we're here, like always, almost every Sunday night, and lots to talk about tonight. As Inter Miami's about to face Orlando in just an hour and a half, so should be a lot of fun. Everybody in the chat, say hi, get chatting, and let's get going. But as always, I don't do this by myself, so everybody say hello to everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed.
Downtown Peter Brown, here we are, my friend, and we're excited because we're going to Mickey Mouse to play the Mickey Mouse Club. We need to defeat them with what we got. All the big guns are resting up for the final. Wednesday. So crossing my fingers, we do good, Peter Brown.
Yeah, me too. What's going on with that third eye?
Oh shoot, man! Third eye blind, right? Can't see from there, but
can't see from there, can you?
Yeah, my one of my grandkids, Aria, she put that on me for some reason, and she was like, "Oh, you got 3 eyes now." Well, that's the third eye blind. My bad, man.
Third eye blind, 90s. Yeah. So while you were talking about the Mickey Mouse thing, I was like, I got tons of Mickey Mouse stuff. Of course, nothing in here other than this.
Oh, that's kind of cool, though. That is cool.
Yeah, this is the good parts of Mickey, not the Orlando parts, the Orlando City parts. Anyways, I see some people in the chats already wondering if we won. It's probably the time difference, right? So the time difference, you don't know. Nope, the game's going to start in a little less than an hour and a half. So this is our kind of a pregame show. We decided to do it a little bit earlier because, otherwise, it's right up against, game time.
And if we're lucky, we've got one of our members, one of our Football Miami TV dudes, El Oso, Marco, the mouse. I was gonna say mouse, the bear. We call him because he's so darn toot and tall. He's at the stadium right now. So nice. If we're lucky and the connection's good, you guys are going to get to see a little bit of the stadium and how it looks with the supporters.
All right. Yeah. I was debating back and forth about going up there myself. I even, posted something on Facebook that, it was interesting how they blocked, through Ticketmaster at least, they blocked anybody from outside of Orlando from buying through Ticketmaster. Now, there's other ways to do it, through Vivid Seats or through my cousin, my wife's cousin that lives in Orlando. So I had ways around it. Obviously chose not to go, save money. That's all it was, money saving. But like my daughter was saying today, definitely need to do that as soon as possible to go see Orlando. Because I've been in the Orlando Stadium a few times. We saw the MLS Cup, not MLS Cup, the All-Star game. And then also for a couple of years before we had Inter Miami, before we even knew if we were going to get a club, I went and saw a few games of Orlando City up there. But I've never gone there supporting my team, in the enemy territory and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of fun and interesting. But anyways, before we get too far down that rabbit hole, let's say a big thank you to Caneswear. Because, Caneswear is where you can go to get all your Inter Miami gear. I keep showing on these game day vlogs how long the line is to buy merchandise. You know who doesn't have a long line? Caneswear, because they got a bigger store, larger store than ever before. More stuff inside that store. Go in there, check it out. It's in Davie off of University Drive, just south of 595. And if for whatever reason that's too far for you to drive, because I get it, Caneswear.com. All orders over $99 ship for free. And then,
guys, if you need to buy, sell your house, you just invest in anything that has to do with real estate, you need to call Mia Rodrigues. She's the GOAT of realtors here in South Florida. She's like famous and stuff. She's going to be on TV, guys. So you're going to see her everywhere doing the American Dream. It's going to be on, CBS, Fox, or one of those channels. I don't know. It's just crazy. Look at it.
It looks like it's going to be everywhere, Ed.
It's going to be everywhere. So you're going to be, real familiar with what, with her and everything that she does. So don't forget to visit Mia Rodrigues at her website, which is miarodriguesrealtor.com. You can WhatsApp her. She speaks 3 languages, Portuguese, English, and Spanish. So there's no way you could, mess up with her. She will definitely help you invest in South Florida. That's Mia Rodrigues, guys. All right.
How do you like the new fancy graphics there, Ed?
Wow, that is like fancy pants if I ever saw it. I hope you intend to send me that so I can show off in the Spanish show a little bit.
There you go. There you go. Although there's a little more to it than just that. But yes, we've got some fancy new equipment here in the FMTV studio.
Mm-hmm. Well, like Peter said, this is the preview of the game. The game's going to start in in an hour, I think, Peter. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we hope will be a victory, another victory for Inter Miami.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to get into the conversation, call 786-474-4435. You can leave a voicemail, and that'll be fun. But before we get too far, Ed, let's say hello to some of those folks that are in the chat.
Peter, you're going to have to do that because I forgot my phone again.
No problem. I am prepared. Let's say first person Whoa, jeez.
Whoa, that's Big Vinny. Big Vinny's huge right now.
Okay, I found this on the web for I said first president.
And then Siri jumps in.
Siri's just she's all into it.
Yeah. So we're having
a little technical.
Well, anyways, Big Vinny's in here
in the house.
Yeah.
Good old Big Vinny.
Let's see how this one looks. Sports Shorts is here.
There you go. It's decent size.
One world, one goal. Yeah, once I fix it on one, it'll be fixed on all of them. But I've updated my application here, and it's a little buggy on these, specifically on these chats. Yeah, I don't know why. Because it happened last week, too. Sui Maui, who is asking about whether or not if we won yet. Not yet, but we sure hope to. No Messi. No Messi tonight.
No Alba. And I think Busquets isn't going to be on there either.
No, none of the three. Yeah. Yep.
Resting the big three.
One world, one goal again, but she's mentioning my T-shirt. You can get this T-shirt on footballmiamitv.com. Mia Rodrigues is here as well. So she was.
Mia, I thought
she was doing some quality control check on your read for her ad there.
Oh, really?
Luis Rodrigues. Let's not confuse the names. Luis Rodrigues is in here. What's up, fellas? I'm catching the game on TV. Wasn't able to travel. Us either. Baldwin is in as well.
Let's go Miami.
And scrolling, seeing a lot of the same folks. Ed Bartra is here.
All right, Tocayo. That's what they call people that call the same name in Spanish.
Alfredo Aguilar coming in, our buddy from Costa Rica. And last one I see here is Analia from Argentina.
Saludos Argentina. Nos fuimos a what was the name of this restaurant? Messi's Pizza. Fuimos a comer la pizza de Messi.
It was Banchero.
Banchero, something like that.
Banchero. I say it like a gringo, Banchero.
Wait for that video. Ya va a salir ese video. That's a good video.
Yeah, we'll talk more of that before we wrap up the show. I've got a couple slides in here that I wanted just to do a little self-promotion for us, right? So Baldwin jumping in real quick, asking if Gregory or Mata are back. No, they are not. I remember when we talked to Gregory, he thought he'd be back by, say, August. Obviously not quite. Mata had a setback, so he did come back. He played one game, 1.5 games? I think it was just one game, and then re-injured. So, that's gonna be tough.
Start playing, yeah.
So tonight, my question to you: Can Miami beat Orlando with the youth? That was my thought while I was prepping the show tonight, because look, Orlando is a good team. We like to sit there and make fun of them. But the funny thing is they seem to be more angry about us than we are about them. When I look at Orlando City's fans online, they get like real nasty real quick. And calling us
Peter.
all kinds of names and saying we're the kings of Florida, all this kind of stuff. And generally the response that I see coming back from Miami is nothing. Like we don't care, right?
We're like this. Get off me. You're like,
yeah, Orlando fans seem to be a lot more worked up about Miami than Miami is about Orlando. We're just kind of like, whatever.
Peter, they want to be us and they just can't.
I don't know. I mean, they've got Disney. And I think, here's what Orlando's problem is. Part of the problem. It's just like an identity crisis they have as a community. Because Orlando, what do you think of when anybody in this country says Orlando? What is the one thing, maybe two things that they think about?
Mickey Mouse.
They think about Disney or they think about Universal, right? That's the only two things. It's primarily Disney. Orlando does not have its own identity. It is strictly the house that the mouse built. And so they don't have an identity. Whereas Miami, South Florida, you want to call us outer Fort Lauderdale like they like to, like they're poking fun at us? Who cares? Fort Lauderdale's beautiful. Miami's beautiful. Like our buddy Hudson always says, Rocky Ray Hudson. He always calls Fort Lauderdale the Venice of Florida.
Yeah, it's nice down here.
So Orlando fans, who cares? But
they hate us because they want to be us.
There you go. But the question is always, we're gonna have to play a lot of our youth players. We're not gonna have our big three. I wanted
to say something, Peter, before that. Our idol is Messi. Their idol is Mickey Mouse.
There you go. Speaking of idols, I forgot. It's in the other room. I wonder if I need to run over there in a minute and go get it. I have some props I wanted to show because I met somebody whose idol was not Messi.
Oh wow!
But was Beckham. And if you watched,
go get him.
If you watched in our recent vlog, you saw a little bit about it. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about with the whole Messi drama lately as well. But
go fetch those things and I'll talk to the people a little bit. I got some guys right behind me. That's the Football Miami Cafe. This is as a matter of fact, I'm gonna ask the lady who works over here. Her name is Doña Yus Messi. Doña Yus Messi, un cafecito. She's gonna go hook me up with some coffee in a bit. Hopefully, she'll Doña Yus Messi. Any similarities to the soccer player are just coincidental. There's no reason why you would think that it's a made up name or something. Yus Messi. That's her name, and she's really cool. She's a Cuban lady, older lady, who serves us our coffee over here. But just so you guys know, this is. I hope you guys like my ventanita. It's really nice. Our ventanita, I'd say. We're always serving the messiest talk on earth. So right under my head. There we go.
Yeah, that's the messiest talk on earth. Your fill is all about your Cuban coffee, huh?
It is, man. And it's coming right now. Yus Messi's gonna hook us up. Don't you use Messi?
She seemed a little slow though. I mean, last week she was right on cue.
She was.
This week it's like, oh, hang on, I gotta go make it.
You saw right behind me. There's a crowd, so
Sure, there's a line. There's a line
for my cafecito.
Guerrero's. Oh, geez, this is happening every time.
He needs a nice coffee.
Yep, wants a nice coffee. All right.
Sorry about that. Woo, apparently I've gotten this cold. My wife was unfortunately in the hospital a couple days, and man, that thing was cold. So
yeah,
here we are. Cuban coffee. There we go. Cafe Bustelo. Oh,
you're seeing me do some hoping to do some fixes
live.
Oh,
while we're doing it live. But Peter went to go get something. He went to go fetch something.
Yeah. Well, so before we get too deep in, yes, your chats are going through Sports Shorts. I haven't been looking at the chats yet. Not yet. If you're wondering about your questions or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to them right now.
So, but yes, your chats are going through. But yeah, so before we get too deep in the Orlando thing, I did meet some really great guys. I met this guy John, and he was a YouTuber. Dude's got over 520,000 subscribers. He's doing it right. Right.
We're nothing. Well, I won't say nothing, but
I saw this guy holding a sign. Can you see that? Here,
yeah.
Let me move this out of the way a little.
We flew from Chipping Norton.
Beckham, we flew from Chipping Norton. I had to ask him what Chipping Norton was. I didn't know anything about it at all. And so he has this sign. Then we got another sign. We have a gift. What kind of gift would somebody have for Beckham? Was kind of the question. He says, pass this to David Beckham. It's fish and chips from England from John Nellis. Go follow John Nellis. Let's get him to 600,000 subscribers. He doesn't need the help, but, he's a good guy.
Doing it all on his own.
Good guy.
Really cool.
Yeah, so Ed is asking the question, which is this going to go giant as well? No. Ed Bartra is asking the question, did Bex get his fish and chips? Well, I hate to say, it's sad to say, those fish and chips smelled really bad. I
don't think he would have had them.
Came from England? By the time they got to me, they're pretty rank. So it's now our job to give Beckham this empty bag. We can put some fish and chips in it, but it was a fun story. It was just he flew from, he says he flew 5,000 miles to get fish and chips. Yes, Guyver, the show is an hour early because the game is going to be broadcast in a little bit,
and we got to watch it. There's no way Peter and I compete against the game. That would be nuts.
Anyways, just a fun little story about again, go check out his videos. They're very well produced. Thank you, Big Vinny. Says that was a really good vlog. Yeah, for once I got all the goals. Right?
People were complaining because he wasn't getting all the goals.
People were really complaining that because I didn't get any of the goals. That's what they were more upset the fact that I got 0 of the goals.
But yeah.
Question came again. I'm trying to fix things.
What was the question?
Did you eat it, Peter? No, threw it away.
Peter is having issues with.
I'm having technical issues with the chats. But so, anyways, what do you guys? What really? What
are their thoughts?
What are your thoughts on tonight's? Do we stand a chance?
I think we do. We've got a lot of youth, Peter. It's going to be. Have you seen the lineup yet? I mean, I haven't been able to check out the lineup. Unfortunately, I don't have the phone with me right now, so we can pull it up. If you guys have it with you, go ahead and put it up on the chat so we can look at it real quick. I'd imagine most of our youth is going to play. Would probably be Kremaski. I think some preliminary things are saying we're going to have Joseph Martinez. I wouldn't have gone with Joseph Martinez, but maybe we need both him and Campana up there at the same time.
Let's talk about that because this is an image that Inter Miami put up. So they put this image up. To me, if I'm reading between the lines, do they put up images of the players that are sitting on the bench, or are they putting up images for players that are starting? I lean towards this means something.
Right.
This was an image that they posted up, and you could see behind the shirt, you could see a little bit of that gold O and purple seats. It is in Orlando.
What's that stadium called? Exploria or something like that?
Exploria Stadium.
They should have called it Mickey Mouse Club or something, something Mickey on to it. Would make more sense. Well,
they are sponsored by Disney,
It's the least they could do, right?
Yeah. Modric is starting.
Well, imagine that, Peter. I mean, Modric he's pretty old. He's still playing though.
37, I think.
No, I think he's 39. He's going to be 38.
Oh, he's 38.
If he comes and plays over here, he's going to be 39. I mean, he's up there, but he's still playing really good, Peter Brown. And that's why a lot of people, want it to happen. But Modric, if he's still playing at top form, he's still on the bench or whatever with Real Madrid. Over here, if he continues to play the way that he plays, we dominate right now on most of the fields. Even if we lost that one against Atlanta. Mm-hmm. But with him, I think we would dominate maybe 80% of the possession. He's just that type of guy that'll hold on to the ball forever. And with Busquets and with Messi, forget about it. Talk about possession game.
I'm messing up here.
Oh,
all right.
Boy.
Again, new toys that I have that I have to learn how to use.
Uncle Ed type of show today.
2 shows in a row. Well, so last show I had a new device, but now I've made the bigger purchase and have got a better device. Now the scene switching has been very good tonight. But the chats are a whole nother story. The chats are a whole nother story. Guyver says that Campana is the focus tonight. I agree. Should be.
He's the one that's hot. He's the one that's scoring. He should be starting. Wouldn't you think?
Always. One world, one goal feels that Martinez makes nice little passes and other people score, but his big scoring days are past. And I've said that before, where I think he does a good job in playing in the small spaces with Messi and stuff, but first off, there's no Messi, so there's no small spaces to play in.
Right. This is going to have to be a different type of game. It's going to have to, and if we're going to depend on all the young players, they're going to have to do a lot of running to make up for the fact that we're not going to have as much possession. Busquets is supposedly not playing either, so that could be an issue.
Right, and I would imagine that none of them traveled. If they're definitely not playing, I guess none of them traveled. Even though I was making that complaint last week that I feel like even if they're not traveling, I'd like to see them sitting on the bench just because I think it adds, the other players probably step up a little bit. So
right.
I'd like for them to travel, but I bet you they did not travel at all. I would imagine they did not.
Right. So there is a chance that, well, I don't know, man. This team has changed a lot because everybody's like stepped up their quality. I mean, the last game, Messi wasn't playing for very long, and they all stepped up, and that's when they started to score. When Messi and Alba were playing, things weren't happening. It's like I guess the other team was like concentrating on them, holding them back. Well, when they changed the lineup a bit, everything started to change. And the goals started coming in. Farias just played incredible. Robert Taylor was, even better. So, it's things started coming together.
Yeah. Agreed. I was looking at some like our buddy Franco Panizo put up a couple of ideas on who might start tonight. And he's resting like all kinds of players, including Farias and Calendar. But if we stand a chance of beating Orlando, then we definitely need Calendar in the nets. We need to see Farias get a good full game, and because Farias is playing kind of like that Messi role a little bit. Maybe he's future Messi for Inter Miami, not necessarily of that level, obviously, but. I want to see them start. Here's Baldwin saying, can Taylor, Campana, Joseph, and Farias all play in the starting 11? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, we've seen Campana and Joseph play together, so that can definitely happen. And right. Taylor and Farias, I don't see why we can't go with that lineup. Why not?
On each side, we'd be good, man. That's probably the strongest, attacking formation we would have up front. I'd love to see that happen.
RM here is asking, do we agree our first team midfield should be Busquets, Kremasky, and Farias?
Could be. I mean,
sometimes Kremasky is up and down, right? He's still young. Sometimes, depending on the team, you might need somebody a little stronger in the defense. Kremasky is definitely more offensive. So, somebody that can like a Gregory, right? Or an Arroyo. Arroyo's in there for a reason. So, but I mean, Kremasky and Farias can still play. Just Kremasky goes out on the wing, right. So does Farias, and then Arroyo goes in behind Busquets, which is happening.
And if you've noticed, Arroyo hasn't. He doesn't do much. He doesn't go forward that much. But when he has, he's done. That one shot that led to Campana's goal was perfect.
That rebound off the
I would want him to every now and then go up a couple times. Because they don't expect him. Everybody expects him to stay back. So if he steps it up a little bit, I think something could develop. A couple of times in the game won't hurt.
Steve Munoz checking in here saying that Campana and Joseph will start according to Franco. All right, Franco is the go-to source in my opinion. So
he's reliable. He's reliable.
Yep.
I would like that.
Yeah,
Joseph,
I'm okay with that. Definitely. I mean, I want Campana to start. So if Joseph has to start to go, that's fine. And also, again, Orlando's a good team. So they're second place for a reason.
They already clinched the playoff spot.
They've already clinched the playoffs. And that was a question I had. I forgot. Now that you said that, it reminded me. I was wondering, is it possible that Orlando rests some players themselves tonight? Is it possible that they do the same thing as Inter Miami, give some of their players a rest? Not that they have the same kind of schedule that we have, because they're not in the Open Cup finals, but at least not this year. But although I think they've won that last year.
They won once. That's the only thing they had.
Right, and I think that was last year. But could they rest some of their starters as well? Because they don't need to play every game. Now, they may not, because this is the Florida Derby, the Florida Clasico. Baldwin reacting to my question here, and that's why I asked it. Oh, Jesus. No way Orlando rests for this game, rivalry, and they lost to New York. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question.
No, yeah. They definitely want to beat us. We beat them last time at the Leagues Cup.
Yeah, 3-1. Big
so
Vinny says, let's pray that they rest some starters. One World, one goal. Agree. Hoping the same thing. Let's just hope that they rest some starters.
Well, let's hope. Cross our fingers. That will definitely improve our chances. And if they played their starters, they had a better chance against us. But if they don't, they're just evening things out for us. So, because we don't have our big guns. The ones that we beat them with last time 3-1. That still probably hurts them.
Yeah, they're hurt there for sure. Steve Munoz is saying they only have league play. They shouldn't rotate so much. Yeah, no, I get it. But could they? I mean, they obviously should start rotating a little bit. Some of if they have any stars that say are fatigued in any way, play them every other game. I don't know. It would make sense to me. So, all right. Anyways, we've got a couple of voicemails, so let's go to that.
It's time for your voicemail.
Hello.
Hey, Peter and Uncle Ed and all the great fans, old and new, and all you people in other time zones. I am dropping my NASCAR and my fun PBS Sunday night shows for you guys.
Good.
And want to give a shout out to the wonderful construction videos. If you all haven't seen them, check them out on the channel. And Peter with his analysis is amazing. Ha ha ha. Ed and with his humor, and shout out to Oso for making Marquitos for making it out there. And Peter did like this wonderful Vanna White imitation. It was very funny. And what else? Oh my gosh, woohoo! What a game on, there's so many games, I'm losing track, but the last game we had that was 4-0 out of the blue, that Taylor, man, beautiful goals. And then, oh my God, it's been like, we've had so many goals, I forgot who else scored, but, I think Farias, however we say his name, because Peter and we just butcher people's names. He's looking pretty sharp. And then didn't Ben have another one? Yes, what are we going to call this thing against Orlando? Is it the Sunshine Classico? We need a better name. Against Miami FC, we have El Cafecito Classico, so that's already taken. And we need something against this Mickey Mouse ball. Okay, love you guys. Love the show. And Peter, beautiful shirt. Bye.
It's a nice one.
You can get the shirt at online. I had a thought, and she said something, then I forgot it. It went off because I'm reading chats at the same time. Any thoughts, Ed?
No, I mean, yeah, she was mentioning some of our videos. We're going to talk about that in a few. No, I like those. Son Pacífico, El Clásico del Sol, the classic of the sun, could be Sunshine State Classic, something like that.
And right now, I think the broadcasters just call it the Florida Classico. I think that's what they call it, and that's generally what ends up sticking. So,
we'll see what ends up sticking. Definitely. Oh, he's copying that a shirt. What?
This.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, go to footballmiamitv.com. And there may be a warning on there that the site's not protected or whatever. Just go through it. There's something wrong with it, and I can't fix it. I can't figure it out. I haven't figured it out yet.
Wow. Well, in case you don't know, for everybody that's out, the stadium that used to be where Dry Pink Stadium is at was called Lockhart Stadium.
Right.
So a lot of us still called it. They hadn't had the name for it yet, and a lot of us still call it Lockhart. So that's why that shirt is there, because we still call it Lockhart Stadium.
Right. All right, another voicemail here.
This is Sports Shorts, and I just want to say, let's beat my Orlando.
All right, thanks, Sports Shorts.
Sports Shorts,
rah, let's beat Orlando. That's right. So it will definitely. Here's some more conversations about the Classico name. Blah blah blah. Florida Derby, or maybe Sunshine Classico if we're lucky. Apple TV and MLS doesn't care too much. No, they don't. And that's I guess the issue. Part
of the folklore. Yeah,
is they don't care.
Well, I know, like the LA people, they hate the Traffico name.
Right. They do.
We've had some people from over there on the show, and they hate that name.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because I mean, that city is definitely known for traffic. Wow. Why not call it that? And I don't know why they have such a hard time with it. What's their problem with it?
I don't know. We're not from there, Peter. So I guess Well, I was born there actually. Now.
Yeah, there you go.
But I've lived here so long that I basically feel like I'm a Miamian, if that's what you would call it.
That's right. Going through some of the chats.
What else we got, Peter Brown?
I don't know if we read this one or not. What about starting the front? What about the starting front three? Taylor, Joseph, Messi, Campana Campana subs in the 60th. No, I want him to start.
Yeah, well, Messi's not going to play, guys.
Right. No Messi tonight.
No Messi tonight. No Busquets. No Alba.
And
the big three are out.
And that they were. I was hearing reports that just like every city, because I've been watching the prices of tickets and everything wherever Inter Miami goes, because I find it interesting. And it's been interesting that everywhere they go, obviously the prices are inflated, and some people are spending, $700-800 for these tickets against Messi because they may be Orlando City fans, but they still want to just go see the best player in the world. And then they've already paid for the tickets. And then a week ago, they may have bought their tickets months ago. And then a week ago, you find out that Messi's not playing. And obviously there's never any guarantees that, the players are going to play for when you decide to go. But that sucks. And I know there's definitely a lot of unhappy Orlando fans, which could add a little more piss and vinegar to the rivalry a little bit, calling him out that he's scared or whatever. But look, last time Messi played against Orlando, we beat him 3-1. I think Messi scored 2 goals, and Taylor, I think, got one of them.
Yeah. So, I want to see that. I want to see them play with everything again, and with Messi and gang, and I think we could beat every team in Major League Soccer with those guys. But on a good day, it's still 11 against 11, and if other teams play their tactics right, they could still hold us back. But I think we definitely have a championship team. Unfortunately, we're very close to not making the playoffs. That's why we need these 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. I think the way this, again, I keep saying Orlando's a tough team, but they're not a world beater. Let's get this straight too. I think if they play the way that they played against Kansas City, we could win. We might give up a few goals, like that happened in that game, right? It was what, that game I think was 3-2. So I think we could see a similar thing if Farias starts and has a good game. If Kremoski has a good game, assuming he plays, if Campana can, if they can get some air balls into Campana, because use his height as an advantage, I think for sure it's doable. And look, Tata's proven so far that he can win with the youth. I mean, maybe not every game, and it may not be pretty, but I think we can win it. Richard Greenberg checking in. Are you betting against us again? I think a motivated Orlando club wins tonight 2-1.
Richard, if your prediction comes out good again, we're going to disown you here at Football Miami TV.
Or we're going to put money on whoever he puts money on, right? When he goes to gambles, he seems to be getting it right, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, I hope he's wrong this time.
Yeah. Baldwin is worried about the midfield tonight. So I hopefully, we've got Arroyo in there. So
Have they put up the lineup yet? A few minutes ago, they put up that they haven't put up the lineups just yet.
I doubt it. Usually the lineups go up about, I'm checking right now. The lineups generally go up, 30 minutes before game time? So we're still a little further out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it. The 4 minutes ago, they were just pictures of guys,
warming up.
Pictures of guys in their
listening to their music.
Their beats.
I think those are the ones that Messi gave to the whole team.
This is the last post. So
right.
nothing yet on
as far as them, as far as the lineup.
Right.
Let's see how it looks right now. I'm hoping, with the youth that we're probably going to play with, we'll be able to. Whoa, there's a lot of transitions there, Peter.
It's freaking out.
It's kind of cool. See, you criticize me about my Spanish show, and having so many mistakes. You're
I don't think I criticize you, but yeah. But here's my problem, Ed. I buy new toys and I want to use them, and
immediately.
And it takes a little while. It takes a little getting used to them and learning. Mm-hmm. And the only way to learn is during a live show. That is the only way to do it. So,
got you.
Because I I think our show has some of the best production value than any of these other kind of shows, and so that's kind of like one of the things I enjoy doing. I enjoy
like to show off our technology.
What's that?
We like to show off our technology.
That's right.
Guys, so what do you guys think? Will Inter Miami beat Orlando City? I want to see those scores in the chat room right now. We're gonna start my prediction, Peter Brown. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm a team. I'm all about Team Inter Miami. I'm wearing that pink, even though I'm wearing the black right now. But I'm all about my team. I think we're gonna squeeze out of there with a 2-1 victory.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. I was leaning towards 2-1. Big Vinny here is agreeing with you. 2-1. Oh, if you could see it. 2-1.
There. Big Vinny. It says 2-1, by the way. Just so you guys know. Big Vinny says 2-1. There you go. 2-1 Miami.
Richard Greenberg says, bet MGM website, Miami is the underdog tonight. Orlando is -25. Miami's +250. I don't know what those numbers mean.
Me neither. But, yeah, I would imagine, we don't have Messi. We don't have the big three in there today. So, that's those are things going against us right now in the betting system, I would imagine.
Ed Bartra is saying 1-2. Miami City upset the Magic Kingdom. Sports Short says 1-0 Miami.
Sports Shorts, all right.
Clara Carp 2-2.
2-2.
It could happen.
I think Carp means that she's a Club Atlético River Plate.
River Plate, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
2-2.
Yeah,
hey, I'm cool with the tie, Peter Brown.
Yeah, I mean, take it.
We need points.
Guyver is saying 3-1 because they're going to be underestimating us.
I like Guyver. Yes.
Baldwin with a 1-1. So we're a little bit all over. That we got more wins in this chat than losses, which makes sense. But
got some draws. I'm okay with the draw.
A couple draws. One world.
Points.
I'm not sure if I put this one up 3-2 or 2-1. Ed Bartra says he meant Magic City, not Miami City, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're looking forward to that. Hoping Marquito could, El Oso, the Bear, could join us for a little bit. I sent him a message, but nothing yet. Hopefully he might be having too much fun, Peter. He likes the beer and everybody in the supporters section.
Yeah, let the man have his fun. Let the man have his fun.
So if he can't join us, it's part of the folklore. It's part of the, it's kind of tough. Also, the image, maybe he doesn't have a good connection, so maybe he doesn't want to risk it right now. I don't know how the signal is inside the stadium. We know that at Dry Pink Stadium, sometimes the signal isn't good.
It's pretty bad.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. One World, One Goal mentioning that starting at the pre-show is starting at 7:15. She's not sure why it's starting so late, and that Ray is on the call for the Open Cup, which, yes, he was on the call for the Open Cup and the last one as well, so it makes sense that he would be on this one because he's got to deal with Paramount. CBS.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense.
Miss listening to Ray during the shows. But yeah, he's got his own deal. He's got his own thing to do. He's doing this soccer thing on his side. He probably misses, especially because Messi's playing.
Yeah, he loves calling the Messi stuff.
Games. He's one of them guys that enjoys his back in the when the
this is a magisterial goal of the highest order.
There you go. That's why I was looking. I was looking for that. One World, One Goal says people want Ray Hudson everywhere.
Awesome guy, down to earth.
Yeah. We've interviewed him a few times, and he was always great. Richard is asking if I was close to going. Peter, were you close to go to the Orlando's game tonight? Yeah, I was close. I was debating it. Me and my wife were both kind of like thinking about doing it. She was on board going, and but I just made the call that money. So because I'll be up there, I'll be up there at the end of October. So for a Disney trip. So save them for my daughter's birthday. So be spending some money then. Don't need to spend it now.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, I don't know if you caught this, but speaking of that trip to Orlando, there's the Bright Line has now opened up the path from Miami all the way to Orlando. You could take the Bright Line if you want. Now it's damn expensive. It's cheaper to drive, but
Really?
it's an option.
Did you see how much it cost? My wife even talked about it. Hey, she saw it today, and she was like, "Hey, we should go to Orlando at next game or something." I'm like, well, the next game isn't for a while, but she's all like, "Oh, we can go to Disney." But how's the transportation from there? To Disney. How
it takes?
Do they have that going?
It takes you to the airport.
Oh, okay.
So let's say you're going to go for one day.
Oh,
that shouldn't be happening.
Looks like we got something.
I know where that is. Hang on. So, anyways, it would cost you $99 or up.
Looks like we've got a call.
Yeah, let me get him up.
How's it look? Only Peter can see him.
There you go, Marco's in the stadium. Let's take a look. And I bet you he can't really hear us that well. But at least we're getting to see. Can you hear us, Marco?
Yeah. Marco, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear us. That was the last time we used this.
But you can see us for a little bit.
But they sound good.
They sure do. Can you hear us? Wow, they put baby in the corner, Peter.
Party's on. Where are you going?
There you go. Party's on.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you guys. I'm a little out of.
Yeah, I figured. It's too loud.
Perfect.
There's a party going on here. I can tell you that. You see the goalkeepers.
That's a great view of the stadium.
All right. Well, it looks good. A lot of like it was being mentioned in here, more Inter Miami fans than Orlando fans as of this time.
Oh yeah.
It'll fill up, but they put you guys all the way at the top.
They definitely put baby in the corner.
But you got a couple pink shirts.
Pink shirts.
Oh, some pink shirts over there.
He sees a lot of pink shirts. He said.
Okay.
Trying to take us somewhere we can talk better.
Yeah, no, he can't hear us. So I mean, maybe we should drop him just because can't really have a conversation.
Yeah,
but it's good to see.
People got to see a little bit of how it looks at the stadium. If you can mute it, Peter.
Yeah.
The background. You can't mute him.
I mute him, I mute you
Great view of the
as well.
stadium. A great stadium. You know, it's still
There we
pretty
go.
empty.
Figured it out.
There we go.
There we go.
But yeah,
I figured it out.
it's look at that. Definitely more Inter Miami fans right now. I don't know what the wall over that they call it. They couldn't be more original. You know, it's the Game of Thrones or whatever. But they definitely have people over there. The view's kind of cool. You know, gets people to feel what it's like to be inside that stadium right now.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice stadium. You know, even though they're sitting at the top, you know, it's not a bad seat really, and he's not all the way at the top, so at least not right now. So
Yeah.
you know, it's you know, they're covered at least. The supporters in Drive Pink aren't covered. So happy that they're covered, right?
Yeah, definitely, man. It looks good. I'm glad. There's a lot of people. Look, a lot of those people are supporting Inter Miami. So, you know, there are a couple. This Orlando fans, but whatever.
Oh, you found a couple.
Yeah, but most of them, yeah, they're all Inter Miami fans. So good times. I think he disconnected right now, so I guess we're good, Peter. But at least we got a little taste of what it's like to be in the stadium, right?
Yeah, and actually, I want to bring up this as well. If it'll
We're
cooperate.
waiting for.
There
you go.
We got the starting 11 now. We finally got the starting 11 here. So Martinez and Campana starting up top with you know, Kromoski, Ruiz, Arroyo, Taylor. No, so that's interesting that Farias is not starting.
Wow, he's resting him. Well, he is on the bench though, so he'll probably come in for the second half.
Right.
Campana Martinez, I like that.
And Ruiz is not bad, so I'm not upset about Ruiz being in there.
Right.
But
a lot of
Ruiz isn't going to give you that offensive creativity that Farias will.
Right. That's the thing. But Kromoski will. It's good. It's definitely more of a defensive type of lineup. I mean, we've got Arroyo, Ruiz. They're basically going to be
Both
holding
defenders.
back the fort. Ruiz will probably be going up a little bit more. Taylor, offensive. Kromoski is also offensive. We got those four guys, which basically, it's going to be those four guys up top. They're going to be doing most of the stuff. The transition guy is probably going to be Ruiz with Arroyo holding back the defense. So, yeah, Baldwin's saying it.
Yep.
Ruiz is the defensive move. This is more of a defensive lineup, so don't expect us to hold on to the ball like when Messi's there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll probably be there. It could be an ugly game where we're playing on our heels a lot, you know, letting them possess and you know, one of those park the bus type of things. And with Campana and Martinez just kind of being up there on the top, sitting, waiting. Although the thing with Campana is he will defend, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, so we don't lose. Basically, Martinez he'll probably be the one up on top because he doesn't like going back.
He's not running back and forth.
Right. So yeah, even though I prefer for Campana to be up because he gives you more options if you have a high ball.
But I was right. See, when I was reading the tea leaves, they hang up a Campana shirt for their promo shots. It meant something. It means something. Just FYI, in the future, when before a game starts and they start like they like to show the shirts in the locker room or show the shirts like in a net or whatever. That means something.
It means something.
Richard Greenberg throwing out the possibility that Miami plays for a draw tonight. Yeah, it's possible.
Looks like that's they're definitely playing defensive. I think we're gonna play more of a holding type of thing and try to hold on to the ball. You know, it's as much as they can, but just from looking at that lineup, it's more of the defensive type of lineup. I don't think Allen and Yedlin are going to go up that much. And when that does happen, I think Arroyo's going to go back as a third defender.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree. I mean, well, yeah, when Yedlin and Alba normally go up, we're playing three that could transform into five, but it's really a three. Now we're playing with a four. So, yeah, he might have to stay back more. But it's hard to control Yedlin. He wants to push forward.
Which would probably mean Arroyo is going to come back. Aviles might have to cover for Yedlin.
Right.
And Ruiz will stay like somewhere in the mid somewhere.
Baldwin asks the question, how do we feel about Miller on the bench and starting Alvarez? Well, Alvarez has been starting, but I'd say Miller, you're probably same reason that you're resting Busquets, Messi, and Alba to rest him, although he's there at least, but he's played a lot of minutes too.
Yeah.
Not as old, but he's played a lot of minutes. I mean, heck, if you're resting some of our younger players, I mean, I'm surprised you don't see well, I mean, I'm not upset about it, but Stefanelli, I imagine Stefanelli probably plays today. Comes in for Taylor at some point.
Robinson will probably come in.
I'd be happy with that. I'm a fan.
And maybe McVay for one of the defenders, I would think.
If needed, maybe. But Allen should be able to go a full game. Kristoff can go a full game. We've seen it. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's like if depending on how they look, if they look super tired, then yeah, for sure.
Right. So, I don't, I'm not too disappointed with that lineup. I like it.
My only disappointment really is Ruiz starting. I mean, again, nothing against Ruiz. It's just I want Farias in there to be a little more offensive. But I'm not mad at the lineup. I mean, it's clearly we're clearly playing for a tie, hoping to counterattack. Having two good strikers up top definitely means they're still interested in attacking. Because if they were fully in park the bus mode, you would just have one forward up top and everybody else in the back. So they're to me they're still thinking counterattack, but mostly defensive.
Yeah, I don't think it's not a bad lineup. Like I said, I think it's with what we got right now. We've got some youth in there. The people on the bench also are pretty young. Miller's the only one I would think that's he's one of the older players, but he's still who is playing somewhat good lately. That might come in the second half, but they're resting him. I'm sure they're resting him for the next game. Kristoff also, he hasn't played as much, I would say, but he could probably still play on Wednesday. Wednesday's really important, guys, once again, because that's our championship, the Open Cup championship, and we need to go with everything. That's why Busquets is resting. That's why Jordi Alba is also, but I think he might be a little more injured than what we thought.
Yeah, possibly.
Messi's definitely relaxing a bit so that he can hopefully come in and make a difference against Houston in that the U.S. Open Cup final on Wednesday. That's going to be interesting. I'm hoping, and I'm a little disappointed, Peter, because Doña Yus Messi, there's a lot of people back here behind me. She still hasn't given me my coffee.
Yeah, that's crazy. Still no coffee in that joint.
No coffee. I was waiting for her, but I think she's busy. A lot of Messi fans back there, a lot of people in pink, ready to watch the game.
Yeah, I see that. Robbie Jones just asking what happened to Messi. Just tired. He's old. Got to rest them legs. Tired.
A lot of playing. He played a lot of games in the Leagues Cup. They played a lot of games. When he came back, he went to Argentina to play for his national team. So he's tired.
But there is apparently some scar tissue or something like that. Some sort of scar that they said that's bugging him. So there is something there. But to me, when you say there's a scar, I think scar tissue, and sometimes those can never go away. And he could be battling that for the rest of his career. So having to just kind of rest a little bit more often as he's gotten older. So, Hey, before we wrap this thing up, because it's about time, I want to talk a little bit, because I see this question just coming up over and over in the chat about, did we go to Banchero?
We sure did.
We sure did, and you will be seeing a video for our food review on Banchero this week. It's a busy week here for Football Miami TV. So we threw up also this construction video. If you have not watched it yet, please go watch it. I think it's a pretty fun video. I've always read that it's not a good idea really to release videos on a Saturday or anything like that, just for YouTube, numbers and things like that. But we have such a busy schedule here on FMTV that we just felt like it needs to get up there. And, so we put the construction update. You could still go watch it. It's a lot of fun there. And then
live right.
Yeah, it's live right now. And then a little bit later in the week, we will have this pizza. And Tank is saying it looks better than the Messi pizza. It's in the video too, where we compare. It's in the video, so you'll enjoy it.
I think there's a reason why it looks different.
There's a theory, but we didn't talk about that theory in the video. I don't think. I think that was off camera. We talked about.
Maybe we could talk about it real quick now, Peter. We think it wasn't totally done.
So that we do mention, I think in the video, I might have said it, just repeating what Ed had said off camera, was that his pizza looked a little thinner, and definitely a little undercooked. So Ed's thought was, that they undercook it on purpose so that he can reheat it in the oven at home. I don't know, maybe, but it is the same pizza. It is 100% the same pizza, the same place. It's the same. It's the order he gets. But different person on staff makes it a different day. It might look a little bit different, but look for that video later this week.
Check it out.
Tank asking it. Oh my gosh! Well, you can't see that, but he's asking: is it maybe a cauliflower crust? Is it healthier? No, it is the same pizza. It is the same pizza. We asked. It is the same pizza.
And that is their pizza that is selling the most. You're going to get to see it on the video.
Yeah. So you'll get our full reactions. We're not going to say if we liked it or not, but you'll see it. You'll get to see the entire restaurant in the video. It's a nice little place. So
and we'll give you our real thoughts if it was good or if it was bad.
Exactly. So. One world, one goal. Peter is really an expert on everything. Construction to pizza to burgers. That's it. I'm a bit of a know-it-all.
If you guys don't know, we even tried the Messi burger and the Messi sandwich at Hard Rock.
Yeah,
check out those videos. We got all those videos in here.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right. So, speaking of busy schedule, so tomorrow we still have the Spanish show. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably be talking about what happened tonight, right? And then also getting ready to talk about the Open Cup on Wednesday.
We'll be talking definitely a preview of that. And then on Tuesday, the Messi chicken.
We had that too. On Tuesday, I will be doing a preview of the Open Cup, and I have a guest coming on from Houston. So we'll talk to a guy from Houston to talk up the Open Cup game. And then Wednesday, Ed and I will be at the Open Cup. We will do a live pregame like I've been doing for the last several games. We'll do a live pregame. We'll also film a vlog, right? So that comes out within a day or so, hopefully less. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we've got the Messi food video, pizza. So I'm trying to think, was there anything else? We have another one that for next week that we think you guys like.
We've done a lot of stuff, so you guys are going to be entertained. Almost every day we should have a video, and for the next week or so. So, you guys will definitely be entertained by Football Miami TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, as Peter Brown usually says. But it just happened.
All right, no problem. All right. Well, at that, everybody, let's go watch the game. I'm sure the pregame show should start any minute now. We heard it starts around 7:15. So enough time for you to grab yourself a beverage, get something to eat, and go sit and watch Inter Miami hopefully beat Orlando City. So thanks, everybody, for watching. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you a lot this week. Thanks, everybody. Things aren't working, Ed.